Hey guys, let's jump right into this video. We got Bianca on the table and we've been doing Bianca for a very long time. And we just want to point out that this is why it's very, very important for you to inspect your dogs, because what we're looking at here is it's not a severe infection, but this is the start of an infection. You can see all this redness around the ear. I can see that the hair coming out of the ear is very discolored because it's oozing. The ear is actually trying to fix itself, but this is the start of an ear infection. And you can tell that because if I shift over to this other ear, it's not quite as bad. See how less red it is? It's not quite as bad, but if you do not get this ahead of time, this one's going to get infected too. I'm not saying that the hair is causing the infection, but what the hair is doing is it's harboring the infection. If it gets infected, the hair is just going to contribute and make the infection worse. So when people ask me, why are you pulling the hair out? I only pull the hair out when I feel it necessary, okay? And I try not to pull all the hair out. We want to do the ear that's less infected or not infected first, because if we start on that ear that has an infection and we work on it, we're just going to more easily transfer that infection to this ear. I'm going to be using the ear powder. I'm going to start to work on this. We're not going to yank it out, okay? Like I always preach, I'm going to pull out little by little for Bianca's comfort here. I'm going to start placing my ear powder in, and sometimes the ear powder is hard to get out. Try not to overdo it, but notice where I'm putting the ear powder. I'm trying to duck the ear powder behind it all and get it down in there, okay? Because that's what we want to grip out. You don't want to start pulling here, because look at what happens here. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but it starts, so you're pulling all of this skin here, right? So you want to try to get these little ones out here like this first. Start here, because you'll start breaking it up, okay? By getting that ear powder behind the hair, okay? And it'll make more sense to you. I could tell it's bothering her already, you see, but look at what we're just pulling out there. You see that? You see? That's because we went behind it. Don't start pulling this hair right out. And people make that mistake all the time. You want to get in. See that in part? That's where you want to try to grab, okay? And yeah, you can go in there with forceps and start yanking it, but that's going to hurt them more, believe me. You know, and this excess powder we're going to get out with the solution. Okay, look at that. See? And like I said, I'm not saying that this hair is causing the infection. What it is doing is it's keeping the infection in there. Okay, it's not letting it out. So by doing this, what we're doing is we're clearing it out. We're creating a nice air passage to dry up that ear. Okay. And this one's not too bad at all. That was pretty easy, and she hardly flinched on that. Use a nice clean cotton ball, pull it apart. Don't use the whole cotton ball because it's just going to be too big for the ear. We're just going to fold it over and just create a nice cushiony tip. I don't recommend using Q-tips because Q-tips are too small and you could accidentally go too far. I'm using the Top Performance Pro Ear. It is alcohol-based, guys. I would opt for a more natural, cleaner, but I'm trying to really nip this in the bud and get it done and maybe battle any possible ear infection. But moving forward, I would recommend that you use a more natural solution. But this is alcohol-based. See that? Whatever you do, don't pour the solution down the ear. It's another big mistake people make. Don't pour it down the ear because you're just going to cause the dog to shake a lot. And you won't get it out. It'll drive them nuts. And then I'm getting a dry cotton ball now, and I'm just going to dry it all up. Okay? Dry it all up. Don't go too far. Don't go too far in. Right there is about where you're going to go. And that's about as far as you should go. And that's it. That's what we got out. A little dirty, not terrible though. Like I said, this ear is not infected. Let's shift over to her left ear here. Okay, so now this is worse than that one. We're gonna do the same exact thing. You know, I get a lot of comments, you know, just pull it already. It's like, hey guys, I'm working on a live animal here. Okay, give me a chance to inspect so I don't hurt the dog, because we get a lot of comments like that, like, oh, stop prolonging it and just pull the hair out of the ear. No, don't listen to any of that. It's tedious work and you want to do it right. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to try to dip as much of that ear powder behind. Don't be yanking this again, all right? I hate to repeat myself, guys, but sometimes you have to, you know? It's okay, Mama. Let me see here. All right. Okay, so again, I'm kind of coming behind all the matting. Behind it, I'm trying to get it right from here. See? And how you do it is going to be key, guys. How you do it is really going to be key. Don't think that, you know, you should be just yanking on this stuff. No, don't do it that way. She's struggling with it, with me doing it like that. And I'm just pulling out little pieces, and she's kind of flinching on me. Okay? And you know, keep her comfortable. Say, you know, say to her, it's okay, Bianca. It's okay, Mama. Yeah, we're going to get this out of you. Okay? So, yeah. So your ear feels better. It's okay, Mama. Okay, gain the dog's trust. Don't just start yanking. I can't stand when I see people do that, or when I get a comment that says, just yank it out. Stop. You got to stop that. This is the way to do it. Okay? Do it this way. I've been doing this for a very, very long time, guys, and I've done the yank, and all it does is hurt the dog. I've done it. Believe me. See, but by doing it piece by piece and taking that extra time, it's less painful. Not to say that in an instance with an aggressive dog or something like that, where you got to do it and you only get that one shot to do it, yes, then do it then. If you absolutely have to yank because you're not going to get a second opportunity, then yeah, do it that way. But if you got a dog like Bianca who's really good, you don't have to do that. Do it slowly. But there you go. You know, and I could get in there a little bit more with the forceps, but I'm not going to do that because, again, this ear is not terribly infected. It's not even really infected. It's pre-infected. It's possible. There's a possibility of it becoming infected. If we let it go, it'll probably most likely get infected. Good girl, Mama. Okay, so same thing. Ear solution, pro ear, right on the cotton ball, right, both sides. And you're just wiping. Make sure you got enough cotton ball on there too, though, so that it's not poking or anything. Come here, sweetheart. Good girl. And, you know, it might even appear a little more red after you clean, okay, but that's going to fade away. Okay, it's going to, and as a matter of fact, it's going to just turn nice and pink later. And let them shake too. If you see how she's shaking? She's just shaking any of that excess out. And that's a good thing. Let them shake. And I'll say it again, don't pour the solution down the ear, because then you're really going to drive them nuts. Dogs are very sensitive, guys. They are very sensitive animals. And you got to work on them with some kind of like, you know, dignity and understanding of what they're feeling, okay? See, you see how she's reacting to this ear more than the other ear? That's because this one is bothering her more, because there's a slight infection going on. Okay, what I am going to do, though, is I want to get in there a little bit deeper, so I am going to make a little bit of a smaller swab. I'm going to put a little bit more solution, not a lot, just a tiny bit, and just kind of get in there a little bit deeper, only because I want to try to really get this, you know, infection, this pre-infection out of her. Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, see, nothing's coming out now. And that's it, guys. You see? Nice and clear. And again, that's just going to allow this ear to breathe. And you'll see it's going to prevent that infection from forming. So you should be looking at your dogs weekly, on a weekly basis. Check your dog's ears. If you see any signs of an infection or a pre-infection, and again, you're going to notice that because the ear's going to look a little inflamed. It's going to look really, really red. Clean it out. Do it sooner than later. Look at that. Look at the difference. And if you do this, you'll avoid ear infections. And after you do the initial cleaning, if you want to use the Pro Ear, you can go all natural too. Go on YouTube, check out holistic remedies. Usually it's like green tea with some apple cider vinegar solution that you could use. There's all types of holistic remedies that you can use. But again, we're using the Pro Ear. If you are interested in the Pro Ear, just go to petedge.com, use our promo code Rudy5, and you can get $5 off any purchases of $100 and more. That's going to do it for this video. video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and don't forget to check out our podcast. We'll leave a link in the description below, and we'll see you in the next video. Give it up for Bianca, guys. This dog is such a sweetheart. We love her.